Hi there, students. Jive and jibe, and also jibe and jibe and jibe as well. There are various different pronunciations of this. This is quite confusing. I'm going to start by defining jive and then get into the complications. Okay, the jive was a dance, a quick dance that was very popular in the 1940s and 1950s. Yeah, so they were doing the jive, they were dancing. But this word jive now in the US, particularly Afro-American language, jive is talk that is dishonest. Yeah, to try to trick someone. Yeah, don't jive me. I know what you were doing yesterday. Yeah, you can also jive to dance. So I don't want to hear all that jive about your excuses. Just tell me the truth. Yeah, we were jiving all night. We were dancing all night. And then jive can also be slang. Yeah, hipster jargon. Yeah, all of that hipster jive. Yeah, the jargon that they use. And don't give me that jive. Deceptive talk, nonsense, trickery, lies, okay? This is Afro-American vernacular, as you might say. Okay, so, to jive, to dance, to jive, to deceive, to try to trick, jive, slang, jargon associated with a certain group, okay? And then, yeah, to jive, to dance. Now let's look at the word jibe, because, okay, so, to jibe. To jibe to me as a Brit with a J, means an insulting remark. Yeah, so he's always jibing me about being late for work. I'm sick of all his jibes. Insulting remarks that are intended to make someone look a bit silly. Yeah, so in the Houses of Parliament, the politicians are always jibing each other. Indulging in cheap jibes at each other's expense. So barbed comments, insulting. She jibed constantly about the way he ran his business. And then we also have another meaning, to jibe. Something agrees with something else. So his story doesn't jibe with my memory. His story doesn't jibe with what the other witnesses say. So when two things don't agree with each other, although this meaning of jibe probably should be spelt Gibe, yeah, with the same pronunciation. Okay, although nowadays it's very commonly written jibe, Jibe, and I think people also use it as jive. And I think people very often nowadays, and it's becoming more and more common, people using jive for all of these different meanings. Okay, so to jive, to dance, to jive, to lie, to try to trick, to jibe, to talk jargon, to jive, to dance, and then a jibe, to insult, to be rude to, jibe, to insult and be rude to. To jibe, one thing agrees with another or doesn't agree. Yeah, the facts jibe very nicely, but notice this meaning should be spelt Gibe, although all of them are moving to the word jive. And then finally, Another spelling, G-Y-B-E, jive again, or G-I-B-E. This is in sailing, where you have a yacht or a sailing boat, and the boat changes direction, and the wind moves the jib, the boom, the big long sail at the back, and it moves forcibly from one side to the other, to jive. Yeah? Ready, about, jive. So you are turning in a sailing boat, and the sail goes whoom, straight across the boat, and that probably G-Y-B-E. So now you're going to ask me about formality. Okay, to jive, to dance. I think this is probably informal, for informality. To jive, Afro-American slang, to trick, to deceive, 3 informality, very informal. Okay, jive, talking about slang. He's using all that jibe again, and I don't understand what he means. 3.5 informality. Okay, a jibe, an insult. Maybe 5 informality, use it anywhere. They're constantly throwing jibes at each other, 5 informality. And then this word jibe, where a sailing boat moves and the boom or the jib moves across. This is a technical word, 5 informality. Wow. Okay, now let's try some origins, because this is also not so easy. Okay, it's possibly from the word jive, G-Y-V-E, okay, which comes from, okay, Middle English, to jive. These are chains that you put round somebody. Yeah, so the jive, the dance, I'm not sure. Well, maybe, yeah, if you've got chains, you walk in a very special way. But these are chains normally for the legs. So, yeah, and maybe that's the idea of the dance, I don't know. Then we have to jibe, where to insult comes from the French gibier, to mess around, to play roughly. Yeah. Also think about, there's an old Norse word, gaper, to talk nonsense as well. And then this jibe, where the sail moves across, comes from Dutch, jibjen, or gidpen, to jive, to move, where the sail, the boom of the boat or the jib moves across. But ultimately, you will very often find people using jive for all of these different meanings, with all of these different origins. And I think all of these words are moving towards just the word jive. Okay, so jive, that's not an easy word to use. To jive is regular. He jived all night at the party. He has jived for hours. These two things jibe, or these two, the facts have jibed exactly with what he said. He's always jibing me about my inability to do things without breaking something, and the boat jibed. I think that's probably enough. I hope you've got it. If you've got questions, please put them in the questions box, but I would suggest maybe you look up these words as well, because there's a lot of information to them. Anyway, enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Jive, jibe, jibe, and jibe.